There are a ton of things the President of the United States can't do in an official capacity as the head of the executive branch. Many of the forbidden activities listed don't come from the official rules for being president. They're not all based on any kind of law. The everyday things American presidents can't do come primarily from the ever-evolving guidelines set in place by the Secret Service, which the president technically has the right to ignore, but doesn't, for obvious reasons. Number 1. Go anywhere without the football. The football is the nickname given to the briefcase the Secret Service carries with them wherever they travel with the president. Though its exact contents are unknown, it does provide a way for the president to confirm his identity and contact the National Military Command Center in case of an emergency. It also provides a menu of options in case of a nuclear conflict. Presidents have to keep a laminated code card with them at all times to activate the football, and a Secret Service agent has to lug the 45-pound bag around in close proximity to the president wherever they go. Number 2. Eat outside the White House without a taster. It sounds like an unenviable task from the Middle Ages. But yes, presidential food tasters do exist. The Secret Service doesn't speak openly about it, but a White House spokesman and one senator have mentioned the role to the food tasters. This has led to some awkward situations, such as a lunch meeting with Senate Republicans on Capitol Hill in 2013 where a taster-free Obama couldn't partake. Number 3. Use an iPhone. Not even the commander-in-chief gets to pick what kind of smartphone to use. Obama, the first president to carry a smartphone, admitted in 2013 that he was not able to use the popular iPhone due to unspecified security concerns. He instead fought to use a heavily modified BlackBerry while in office, his model of choice since before his first big win back in 2008. "They're going to pry it out of my hands," Obama told CNBC at the time. Number 4. Drive a car. That's right. U.S. presidents are not even allowed to drive their own vehicles, at least not on public roads. Lyndon B. Johnson was likely the last president to ever drive on a taxpayer-funded highway. Private property is a different story. George W. Bush, for example, drove a pickup truck on his Crawford, Texas, property, and Ronald Reagan liked driving Jeeps on his ranch near Santa Barbara. Obama, however, only drove a golf cart on private property during his years in office, surprisingly without the Secret Service at his side. Instead of driving, the president often rides in heavily modified presidential state cars. Number 5. Ride in a convertible. The assassination of John F. Kennedy was a turning point in the history of presidential security. Waving from an open-top convertible in a parade just isn't an option anymore, for obvious reasons. But that tragic day in Dallas was far from Kennedy's first time riding through crowded city streets in such a vulnerable way. In 1963, for example, Kennedy stood in the back of a convertible to wave to crowds while on a visit to Dublin. Irish President Eamon de Valera commented at the time what an easy target he would have been. Number 6. Open windows in the White House. Even the most powerful person in the world can't crack a window in his house to let in the breeze. As Michelle Obama related to Stephen Colbert in 2015, the Secret Service requires that all the windows stay closed. This also applies to windows in all official transportation. The First Lady did reveal one exemption. "One day as a treat, my lead agent let me have my windows open on the way to Camp David. It was like 5 minutes out. He was like, 'Windows open. Enjoy it.'" Number 7. Accept expensive gifts. There are strict rules against presidents accepting expensive gifts from world leaders and other dignitaries. The law says gifts worth more than $390 have to be turned over to the National Archives. Anything with a lesser value is okay and considered a souvenir or mark of courtesy. This can lead to some curious situations. George W. Bush, for example, had to purchase a pricey Bulgarian sheepdog named Balkan he received as a gift from the President of Bulgaria. By buying the dog at face value, he was able to legally give it a good home with a friend in Maryland.